Hello, hi. My name is Bev and I run Killer Bee Music, and we programme and book music festivals and venues and corporate parties and events and all kinds of lovely things. And I've been asked to talk to you about how I achieve gender balance, or try to achieve gender balance in my festival lineups. And it is a pretty hard thing to do. I'm very lucky that I was brought up on and always kind of mesmerised by very strong female artists, from Debbie Harry to Patti Smith to Susie Quattro and everybody in between, Chrissy Hind, all these brilliant women that I just thought, oh my God, aren't they fabulous? And there's still so many to this day, from Joan Armatrading and Randy Crawford and First Aid Kit and Staves and Irish Mythen and God, there's just so many to name that just still make the hair stand up all over. And I think that more women on festival lineups is a must. In an ideal world, it would be fantastic if we could programme our festivals with just the best of the best and the artists that just make us weak at the knees, and the artists that we love, but we don't live in the ideal world. So as a booker, we do, I think that we do have a responsibility to make sure that we are just keeping an eye on it. We see it every year with those with some of the bigger festivals that have all the men taken out of the lineup poster to see which women are left. And sometimes I do feel a bit sorry for those festivals, because I'm a booker and I know the huge wish lists that I start with every year that we want to present, and for one reason and a million others, there are just we just can't make it work. Quite a few festivals come under criticism for not having enough women in the lineup. But I think one thing to remember as well is how you look at the gender of a band. I always and will always include in my female quota, which is awful to say, but I will always include bands that might not have a female front person. I think that you can't turn around to a woman that plays drums or bass or guitar that's not stood singing and say, oh sorry, well we're not going to count you because, well, you're just not up front, because I just think that that's just an awful thing to do. So I think women need to be encouraged into bands, to be up front, to play the drums, to do whatever they want. More women in the industry is a must as well, whether you're sound engineers, producers, riggers, lighting, whatever. Just more women would be great. I'm very lucky. One of my festivals is there's a huge amount of women that work on it. It's headed up by two women, Jill and Debs, which it's Black Deer, and a lot of the core team are women. But that's just how it's come about. Over the years, I've tried to programme and book female stages or female days. And for one reason or another, again, artists have had to drop out. Managed it at Cambridge a few years back that the main stage was female, all female all day, and it worked so well that the second stage was all female as well. But that's because in the folk world, and as well in the Americana world, and Americana for me is more of a culture, it's a way of life, and it encapsulates, it covers so many genres, from folk to gospel to country, rockabilly, blues, bluegrass, just rock and roll. There's just so much underneath the Americana umbrella. But I think we're very lucky in these genres that the fans that buy the tickets, that buy the merch, that buy the records, support both sexes, and there is a good percentage of women in those genres as well. So that makes my job a hell of a lot easier, and I really enjoy. I really enjoy putting great women in my lineups, whether they're headliners or main supports, or but I think we do, like I've said before, we do have a responsibility to make sure that we are looking and just keeping a check on ourselves and not being lazy, but again, it all comes down to if the artists that you want are available to us. So you know, one year it can be very much middle class white man with guitar, and that's it. That's kind of all that's on the road this year. So there is a lot that goes into being able to have a real balance. For me, just lots more women coming into the fold, please. Whether you are front woman, whether you are bass player, whether you are drummer, anything else, just be in a band. And I will always champion new artists coming through, whether they be male or female, because I do like to try and live in that ideal world where we are able to present those artists that make the hair stand up on the back of your neck. So more of that, please. Thanks very much. Bye.